All right. Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's good to see you again. It's been a while since we last met. Do you have any updates for me? Anything you'd like to talk about first?
Actually, I do. Lately, my sister Mary, she's being very judgmental
Okay.
with me coming out,
Oh no.
and it hurts my feelings really bad, and I feel like I'm not a good person in my family anymore
Okay.
because it's like I don't want to say like a threat, but she's always like talking about the subject in like a negative way, you know?
Okay.
It hurts me more because we were really close as a family, and the
Mhm.
rest of my family members took it okay, but she was okay at first too. But I don't know why she's changed right now, you know? Like I've noticed like she's always trying to like say something rude.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's very, very stressful to me.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I can definitely see how that would weigh on you. You know, you used to have such a close relationship. I mean, you even mentioned that in our last session, how close your family was. So I can imagine how much it's weighing on you to, suddenly have this rejection. How have you been handling it? What have you been to kind of cope with that stress?
Well, I have a friend. I'm talking to her and stuff, she makes me feel a little bit more like better and light because
Okay.
again, they took it very well in the beginning, and then recently this past week and a half, she's just trying to talk negative, putting me down, and make me feel like that I'm not a good person, you know? So that's really affecting me. On top of that, I still haven't told my daughter about me coming out.
Okay.
So that's another stressful thing it's like something that I'm really overwhelmed with, and I want her to know so that I don't have to like hide who I am, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm hearing that we do have some support and that friend that you've been able to stay in touch with since this interaction with your sister. So that's good. And I mean, honestly, I just want to take a minute to just commend you for your strength in even having that conversation with your sister. You are worthy of love. You are a worthy person. You are not, not a worthy human. So I just really wanted to commend you for your strength because it takes a lot of courage to, have those conversations and you're just trying to live your truth and be honest to yourself. So really, really want to commend you for that and give you some major pats on the back because that is, a major step to take. Again, sorry that you had that interaction and that her, reaction has kind of changed since then, but just wanted to put that out there and commend you for that. Um, and I mean,
Thank
the
you.
fact that you're worried about your daughter too and how that's going to go, that just shows me again how committed you are to staying true to yourself and maintaining that connection with your daughter. So, maybe we could talk about, what that conversation will look like. We can create a plan. We can definitely talk about that too and go from there.
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay.
Any kind of like help or support I can get, I'd appreciate it because again, I was referred from my church and I trust them a lot too. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Okay. Speaking of your church, do you think that your faith offers any support when you're kind of in these stressful situations? Have you been able to go to church since
Yes.
that
Yes.
conversation?
Church
Nice.
is
Okay.
a very, very like that's my safe place.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad that you have those support systems in place. I do want to ask, with those increased feelings of stress, do you have any urges to harm yourself or others?
No, no.
Okay. Okay.
There's just stress that's taking a toll on me, and like I'm kind of confused why all of a sudden, she
Yeah.
changed. And on top of that, like my daughter's situation and stuff like that, my work on the side. So it's been a little bit overwhelming, but I haven't
Yeah.
had any thoughts like that. No.
Okay, okay, that's good. I do just want to remind you too, even if you do have those thoughts or feelings, even like in just an urge, you can feel free to tell me this is a safe space. I do have some reporting that I do have to do, in regards to your safety, but again, it is about your safety, and I'm always going to put that at the priority. I just want to make sure that you are good and that, we are managing the stress in a safe way. So
Thank you.
just want to put that out there again. Um, Alrighty, Tom. I did have some other questions for you. I wanted to touch base on your sleep. I know that we had kind of talked about sleep loss and anxiety and how those factors kind of interplay. How are you sleeping nowadays, especially since you've had this stressful conversation? How are you sleeping?
Not so well. Again,
Okay.
sometimes I can't even sleep. I'm like awake until 3 o'clock in the morning,
Oh
like
wow. Okay.
struggling to fall asleep, you know? Um,
Okay.
and then during the day, like I haven't got sleep. So I go to sleep around 3 o'clock if I'm lucky, and then I wake up at 6:30. So my mind is like tired, my body's tired also because I understand I'm not getting that rest, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's something we could possibly work on too, is working on improving that sleep a little bit. I definitely think that would help increase or decrease the feelings of anxiety. Once our sleep is improved, then our mind is just in a little bit of a better space. So maybe this week we could commit to, just shutting off all screens and all phones and going to bed maybe just like 30 minutes earlier, Tom. Even that little bit of difference might help you get in bed, just lay there. Something I like to do is just count sheep. Just, something as simple as that. Just try to focus your mind on something like mundane like that, and see if something like that will help. Because I'd really like to get your sleep on a better schedule so we can, get your mind in a little bit, of a better space there too.
Yeah, I would love that. It's just I have so much to think about that I think like it's keeping me awake, you know? Like I can't sleep because everything is like rushing through my mind nonstop.
Okay. Have you ever tried journaling before? Do you have any opinions on journaling?
I haven't. I've thought about it, but I haven't got to it. So
Okay.
maybe yeah, I can probably do that just to put my feelings on
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah, if you're open to it, I definitely would recommend it. It's something, you are taking those thoughts from your brain, getting them out from, mind to paper. And it really helps with processing, writing those feelings, getting them on paper. And then even once you've written them all out and rereading them, reading them back to yourself and just kind of visualizing those feelings as well, that might help you a little bit. Especially, I don't know if you want to do it right before bed, let your mind, ruminate before bed, maybe not a great idea, but maybe like an hour or two before bed, you're getting ready to wind down. You want your mind to relax, get whatever you want onto that paper, get it off your mind. That might help.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've never thought of that. I'm gonna try that actually.
Awesome. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how it works. We'll definitely follow up on that
Yeah.
in our next session. Is there anything else you would like to explore during this session? Any other concerns or feelings you have?
The only other thing that's bothering me is how I'm gonna come out to my daughter. That's another thing that I'm really struggling with, like that's giving
Hmm.
me anxiety with because I really want to let her know so that I can get over it and feel much better and know that she knows who I really am, you know?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like now I'm like lying to her.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I definitely see why you would have those feelings. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily see it as lying. You're working on it in your own time frame. You have a plan. I mean, you know that you want to have this conversation with her. We're going to work on, what that might look like and how you want to approach the conversation. I mean, have you given it any more thought since we last spoke about it?
I have just thoughts of like how to do it, what to do,
Okay.
who can help me, you know, things like that. I haven't, other than that, nothing else, no.
Okay. Okay. I do have a couple of ideas. I had mentioned some support groups last time. I'd love to get you connected with some support groups and, have those interactions with people who are going through the same thing. I'd love for you to continue going to church, of course, and following up with your leader there at church. And then just all of your support networks, just staying in contact with that friend who you were able to touch base with after that conversation with your sister. It sounds like she's a really great support for you, and
Yeah.
she might be able to, yeah, and help you process some of these feelings and, come up with some ideas on what that conversation with your daughter might look like. And I'm thinking maybe for our next session, we could really just focus on that and dive into a plan on what that might look like and having that conversation with her. Um, is there anything that for that conversation that would like make it really feel like a safe space where you can just tell your daughter those things? Like, is there anything that would? certify, like, yes, this is a safe space. I can definitely tell her this is good. We're good to go.
I don't I haven't thought of anything like that. So the only thing is just to let talk to our mom about it, but I
Okay.
haven't got to that either yet. So
Okay.
maybe that route might work.
Yeah, yeah, I would definitely explore, what it would need for it to be like a safe space. So a space where you would feel comfortable just telling her. If that would mean that her mom is there with you when you tell her, if that would mean it's in person, or if it would be more comfortable for a phone call. So really just kind of think about that and what that would look like for you. And then yeah, for our next session, I'd love to create a plan with you and go over in depth what that would look like. Does that sound good?
Yeah, of course, I would love that.
Okay, awesome, Tom. Well, if you have any other questions for me today, we're at the end of our session here, so I will send you a link for next week. I would love to push up our next meeting, not let as much time go with this anxiety that you're experiencing now. I would love to just meet with you next week, so I will send you a link for
Thank
that.
you.
You're
Thank
very
you so
welcome.
much. I appreciate it.
Of course. Have a great weekend, Tom, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye-bye.